Okay, welcome everyone to this Tier 1 stream of Swift Racing League, Tier 1 or F1 as I call it now. My name is Tanmay, or you know me as a Broad Genie, and I'm joined by two of my very good co-commentators, uh, Marcel Wyander and Jordan. How are you guys doing this fine evening?
Good, mate, good.
Just finished last in the tier 2 race.
You finished last? I thought you finished fourth.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Apple was lapped. Okay, it doesn't count. Okay, so we've got qualifying underway. 18 minutes of just going as fast as you can to try and nab pole position. Although people already have an idea of who will be the fastest. Guys, put your picks. Take your picks. Who do you think will start in pole position tonight?
I haven't watched the tier 1 in a while, but I think Emir has always got a shot.
Yeah, it's kind of a mirror or bust at the moment, from what I've heard.
Yeah, that's actually true. But I'm not gonna count out Mr. Jeremy Clarkson or Lenny Cook, as we all know him, our Imola race winner from last week. Probably one of his, if not his most dominant showing ever. Like I was in awe while I saw that race, and I was like, "Oh my God, Amir had congratulated him, and he knew how quick he was." So that's saying something when you get um, when you get like congratulations from Emir
Yeah,
and
so
and
we've got our first flying lapper, that's Martin Sluver, going into turn one. So that's the first of the times, and Amir's not far behind him, to be honest. So we're going to see these timing sheets light up in any second now.
you won. And yeah, I was just getting my spectator menu and every telemetry and everything up.
So
So
it's a 24.6 for Martin in the first sector. Heading over to Amir. Oh, sorry, 26.4 for Martin, a 26.1 for Amir. So that's already that beaten by a few tenths.
yeah, but these are still bankers from all these drivers. Yellow flags in sector 3. I think they're this drivers just warming up the tires, but they need to make sure that they don't impede anyone out on track, out on their flying laps. My apologies.
I think that it'll be pretty safe, to be honest, because it looks as if Martin's down into Parabolica now, and the person that was going slow is now starting their final lap, or their fast lap, sorry.
So Tom Hardwick had invalidated his lap, but I think Martin Loser. Okay, so sets the benchmark for the session at the moment a 24.91, but is immediately beaten by Jeremy Clarkson and Lenny Cook, but with a 119.7, and which is beaten by Emir Durakovic, 119.4, a 3 tenths faster lap than his teammate, and about a second faster, over a second faster than Martin Luer.
And
Our
then
mate, the second McLaren, goes faster than his teammate, is very tight with Jeremy Clarkson. Is just
and
half a tenth slower than him.
and then both the Alfa Romeos get themselves into a McLaren sandwich by the looks of things.
Yeah, I was looking at the track map and it seemed like Edu was trying to just get like slipstreamed from Nua because they're very close going into the Lesmos. Oh, I'm looking at Tom Hardwick. He had a slight moment in Ascari. He nearly lost it in there, but he's still managing to go. Beyond the board splits the Alfa Romeos with staying in P5 with a 119.9.
And
Maximilian
Max.
Kloss P4. Yeah, as you can hear, his the guy from the same country, Max and Voyander, same country, and look at the support for that. With P4 and currently a P4 and P7 for both the Alpines, but they're just separated by a less than a tenth, which is actually amazing to be fair.
And we've got the Red Bull of Bashi approaching the line now. They're not really taking the slipstream in line, but he goes P9, so that's not the best lap from him.
I think Bashi's just trying to warm himself up. Instead of warming the tires up and everything, he's trying to warm himself up to the track. Sometimes it takes the drivers a few laps. Maybe it might just be like maybe Emir does not need any warm up. He just goes in instantly and he
Ooh,
just
and
finds the kill.
Ryan breaks into the pits. So we got no one else on a. We got AJ on an outlap, but apart from that,
What about Peter Locke? Peter Locke is
oh,
also no. Peter Locke is not on the lap. He is
he,
very slow in this section. Yep, that is not the best way to take that. No, it is. It is. Wait, my bad. Apologies. He started
And he's blinking.
26-1.
He's blinking.
Is he blinking? Oh,
Yeah.
so he must have invalidated. But he set up purple sector 1. No, he's not blinking. He's not blinking on my screen. He
no,
set up purple.
he's got half his ERS as well. And
Oh, he's
he's
lost it out of
done!
Lesmo 1. Oh my god.
Oh,
That is a very odd way of losing the car. He's lost it out of Lesmo 1, but the car.
I was looking at AJ. My bad.
Yeah. Peter Locke has lost his complete front wing, but he's still fine. He still kept on going. That is the weirdest spin I've ever seen, Jordan.
well, I just think he takes a little bit too much speed into the corner in general. As you can see, he was starting to understeer a little bit out wide. Got on the throttle a little too early, and the rear of the car just decided that it didn't want to do that, and it wasn't going to do that. And unfortunately, it sent him round. And as you know, these cars are like pendulums. Once you lose that back end, it's very hard to get it back in, especially at high speeds.
Yeah, that is correct.
AJ Jackson he's sporting the Lando Norris helmet.
Is it? Wait, what? He is?
Yeah.
Is it like a bright fluorescent?
That's from.
Oh yeah, it is. It is. It is. It is. It is. Right. Oh, it's from the podium pass. Okay, yeah, I haven't kept up with the game as much. AJ Jackson, the only car on track at the moment. He's also set at 26-1. Looking to impress. He has been impressing in our
Oh, and that's an invalidation.
invalidation, but he saves the car out of Lesmo 2. As we've seen in Tier 2 just a few hours back, people losing their cars out of Lesmo 2. Very tricky corner on this game with these cars. We saw 3 DNFs, actually not 3 DNFs, 3 people who lost their front wings at the same time as they lost the car out of front wings.
I was one of them.
Lesmo 2. Yeah, we heard it. We've heard it right from one of the victims of Lesmo 2. It is a very tricky corner on this track. Sorry, on this game. Beyond the Board has been disqualified from the session. What has happened there? Blocking
Blocking the
pit lane. That is weird. Was he just going too slow?
Maybe he spun in the pit when he was going up.
Oh no.
Oh my. Well, that's going to relegate him to the back of the grid, so everyone gets a free position now. So it's not all doom and gloom for everyone else on track.
I think Nua is going to be setting a time right now.
It's
No,
a
he's
slow
not.
lap.
He's not. It's a slow lap. Sorry, it was showing me a 52 and just suddenly said, "Oh, it's a 119." Okay. No, what happened? Oh, he sent it 2 minutes. Yeah, yeah. This timing is very weird on this new game. I think he's starting his lap now, but until then, I think is Tom Hardwick. Yeah, I think Tom Hardwick has not improved yet. Oh, sorry, that was Martin's Lou I was looking at. We've got E2 Lapalainen who is on his lap, is approaching the curve Alboreto, or mostly known by no. Actually, no one is setting a lap right now. The
Ryan's
game
on a lap.
the game does not say outlap. I don't understand. It's so weird.
Oh,
He's in
mine is. So on laps right now, we've got Amir, our mate, Noah, Thomas, Martin, Ryan, and that is it. Everyone else is either in the pit or on their outlap.
I've just realized. I know. Ryan has spun the same as Flocky, but I think he's kept it. He's kept it around. Ooh, the exact same way. They lose the car and then the car just goes into 360. But in this case, Ryan actually manages to not hit the wall, and and with that not losing his front wing, unlike Flocky, Peter Locke. But yeah, and he's lost the car. Ascari, I have no idea what is Ryan doing. Is he just purposefully doing this?
No, he definitely probably had too hot tyres and was trying to take it too quick. Martin, small improvement to a 120 flat, but that only promotes by
Martin was taking Ryan's slipstream. I think was that Martin or was that? Yeah, that's our mate, isn't it? Yeah, that is our mate who was taking Ryan's slipstream. Our mate, this is a new driver in Tier 1 or F1.
Ooh,
And he
when he
sets
goes
a
with
P2 time, and
goes
he was in the tier origin, and wow, he's already at the top of tier 1. That is insane. Wow. Oh, and Emir goes faster. Yeah, we are back to normal. This we're back to normality. Emir half a second to P2. Uh,
Up there.
yeah,
Very, very big gap. That will look scary to a lot of people in the pits when they're looking to gaps to get themselves in. Bearing in mind the rest of the grid is separated by less than a second, but more importantly, second down to eighth is a half a second there or thereabouts. It
yeah.
does make things a very hard to compete.
I think if we take a look at Jeremy Clarkson or Lenny Cook right now, he's at Parabolica, and he will cross the line now in
He
a few
has got two
seconds.
temp. Yeah, good
Ah, there we
fourth temp
go.
improvement there.
At the
It's
stand, a
Mercedes 1-2. It's the only time
two.
you're gonna see it this year. Get all them jokes out of the way early doors.
Nah, I
Thomas.
mean, I think Mercedes has been, at least this season, the Mercedes pairing of Emir and Lenny has been an outstanding pairing. They have gone in other leagues, in other races, they have gone head to head, and Lenny has always been like like about like 80 to 90% of the times come out in P2, whereas Emir has come out in P1, and then they decided why not unite, and I think this is the most deadly combination we've had in a while in Swift Racing League. What do you think about that, uh, Jordan?
Well, it's just one of those. As you said, the driving pairing's been right. Lenny has been a consistent racer for a long time now. It's just him, transforming that consistency he has within practice sessions onto a race weekend, and occasionally he didn't quite have that, and I think he's found it this year on this year's game. It's kind of the game's fallen into his hands a little bit more than it has in previous years, and it's helped him out a little bit. He's very, very close to Amir in quali trim, but Amir just kind of sets that half a tenth a lap quicker every race, and it just creates a gap for them to be able to explore strategies and things like that.
That's absolutely correct.
Oh,
I think
Clocky's gone to
P5,
P5.
P5, only 6 thousandths off Maximilian Kloss. Oh my God, it's very tight right there.
We've
Six
got
thousandths.
AJ who has spun at some point.
I don't
So
think AJ. Yeah, AJ has not been able to set a proper lap right now, but he is setting one now. Is he? Has he lost his
oh,
front wing? He has.
and Ryan spun as well into turn one.
AJ is missing a front wing. This is crucial right now because there's only 5 minutes to go. AJ needs to get back to the pits, change the front wing, get a new set of tires, and go and set a proper lap. He is currently 3 seconds off the actual times, which is shocking for a driver of AJ's caliber. This is not tier two. We're watching tier one right now, so it is very shocking to see AJ not being able to set a proper lap. But Ryan is on a lap. I'm not sure if he's on a
No,
flag lap or is on an in lap.
And the
He's on an in.
has set the fastest second sector, and he lost it in the sky.
Noah! No!
Oh,
No,
AJ
Noah.
getting close on a slipstream there. That's not very good for him.
Noah needs to watch out for other drivers. Noah needs to watch out for other drivers. Stay off the racing line, Noah.
He is, he is, he is.
But he's got Ryan behind him who's eating a slipstream. And he pulls
Oh,
out so late. What is... Oh, that was too late. He's
that
trying
was
to overtake him.
so close. That was so close.
I don't think you need to do that, Ryan. You're not racing
Yeah,
yet.
oh, he's going into
Oh,
the pits
he's
anyway.
going to the pits. Okay, he wants to go quickly. Yeah, I was a bit confused. Maximilian Kloss, is he on a lap? He is on a lap, but he's down on his time at the moment. At the end of his first sector, he was 69 milliseconds off his best time, but he's down nearly 2 tenths now on his best time. So I don't know if he's actually trying to finish this lap, or is he going to try and dive down into the pits and try once again? Because we still have 3 minutes and 30 seconds. But if he ends his lap now, I don't think he will be able to make it in time. He needs to dive down into the pits now.
Oh, here we go. It's going to be the pit carnage now. Everyone's trying to wait until the last one out of the pits. We've got Thomas Hardwick out on a lap at the moment. He's gone a little bit early. The track is not going to be as rubbered up as it will be for the lads that are running just behind him. However, it could be that he's doing two runs as Amir's then gone onto his out lap here with Edu and Bashi.
There's a Ferrari coming out, and that Ferrari is of Ryan. He is out of his pit box. No, sorry, that's not Ryan. Sorry, that's Tom Hardwick. And I'm surprised Cameron and I mean Ryan had a spin, but I don't know what happened to Cameron. Joshua Bashford is out. Martin's Luva is out, I assume. No,
No, Martin's still in the pit. So
that's
Jeremy,
Ahmed.
our mate, Max, Plocky, Newer, Martin, AJ, Cameron are still all in the pits. Everyone else is either on an outlap or on a lap.
Yeah, Tom Hardwick is on a lap. That Ascari looked beautiful from him. Let's see if he'll be able to set a mark. Can he crack the top five? He is P7 currently. As he rounds the final corner, he will cross the line
He's a
now.
tenth and a half up. Where does that put him? P4.
Wow! Oh, Max is out. Max is crashed.
Uh,
Something's happened to Max. Where? What? Oh, did he retire in the pits? I can't see his car on the track. I assume he's just retired in the pits. But
I can't see a yellow flag anywhere either. Potentially he's retired in the pits. A lot of them will. Oh, there we go. There's a yellow
yeah,
flag in second one.
Tom has retired, but on track, that's a bit dangerous. Maybe the stewards might have a look at that. But Tom Hardwick does set a faster lap, goes on to P4, and then retires. The stewards may have a look at that if reported. Uh, but
Oh,
currently,
Vashiv has spun in Ascari.
Scary is now catching a lot of the drivers out. This is not the best of times for the drivers in Tier 1. Bashi is not particularly enjoying himself. He needs to slow down and get those tires under temperature so he can set one more lap. I think there's still enough time, but I can't
Ooh,
tell.
it's gone wide and invalidated his fast lap, so he's not going to be best pleased with that. We'll see. Is he still going to run it to the end? It looks as if he will do, because I don't know how much time is left on the clock.
Cameron is not getting out of the pits. I assume he's having some technical issues. It's surprising he hasn't even got out of the pits once. And the
I
clock
think he
is
did
second.
once. I think he did once.
Yeah, but it's 39 seconds and has not gotten out. So I think he is facing some issues at the moment. But 30 seconds left on the clock. Who currently Emir on provisional pole position with Jeremy Clarkson in the second Mercedes in P2, just about 2.5 tenths shy of pole position. Our mate from our previous tier origin is in P3, half a second of Emir's time. Thomas Hardwick has retired from the session as P4. Currently, Maximilian Kloss in P5, Peter Locke P6, Noah Elikopi in P7, E2 Lapalainen in P8, Martin Zuwa in P9, and Josh Baskin in P10. The checkered flag is out. Edu has crossed the line and he is going to stay P8 unless someone behind him improves, which will
So
drop him down.
interestingly, Amir was giving Jeremy Clarkson a toe into turn one. I don't know if that helped or hindered because the braking looked a little bit wayward. Our mate's improved, but not enough. And Martin Sluver splits the two retirees so far.
Yeah, Ahmed just put his time like less than a tenth between him and Jeremy Clarkson, and his gap to Edu is just about 3 tenths, nearly 3.5 tenths. But
No one's
Joshua
pushing.
Bashford. Oh, Joshua Bashford lost it out of Parabolica. The car is not sticking with him at all and needs to get out of the way if anyone behind him is looking to finish a lap. There are two Mercedes and a Williams, I assume that is. I think they are
Yes.
and yes, so there is the Williams of I assume AJ Jackson. No, sorry, Peter Locke. He goes P5, pushes Thomas Hardwick down to P6. Jeremy Clarkson has retired.
He
They've
did
gone
that
into
in
the
the pits.
pits.
He did that. He
Yeah,
did that in the pits.
both the
So we've only got
Mercedes
AJ
drivers.
to finish. So AJ, what can he do? It looked like an improvement of
He was
some
up at
kind.
4 tenths. He was up 4 tenths.
Where does that put him?
He's fourth. Wow!
P4.
What a lap! He's back. The Canadian driver is back. He will look for
The goat with
a
the
win.
controller.
he is he is a different breed with that controller. But currently, qualifying is up. Emir Durakovic on pole position. The Danish driver is further up the field than anyone, even his own teammate, which is his teammate in P2. About 2.5 tenths down on him. Our mate in P3 with the McLaren, the Hungarian driver is 3 tenths down. Then AJ Jackson, the Canadian driver, P4. Noah Lacopi, P5. Peter Locke, P6. Thomas Hardwick, P7. Martin Zluwa, P8. Maximilian Kloss, P9. Itu Lapalan, P10. Joshua Bashford, P11. And then Cameron and Ryan could not set their laps, P12 and P13. And Bjorn, in the very odd way, got disqualified from qualifying. So he will start at the back of the field What do you guys have to think? What do you guys think about this?
Uh, you did brilliant.
Thank you.
It was expected pole, to be honest. You
Yeah, I
know,
think that
we
was very
both.
expected.
Yeah, Amir really does have that one lap pace that he can really extract out the car when it's needed. Let's bear in mind it wasn't even his quickest potential lap that he could have done. There was one more that was potentially being able to do, and he was improved by a tenth and a bit when he did invalidate that lap into the section of the Lesmo. So unfortunately, he couldn't drop his time down into the 18s, but he did well to get it where he did. He is on pole, and he's done it by a good margin as well.
Yeah, absolutely beautifully done by him. And I believe, I think if he had gone for that third lap, it's basically just like dunking on the other driver, saying that, oh yeah, I'm just better than you, and I'm just asserting my dominance at this point. Because he doesn't
Yeah.
need to do that. He could have cracked the 18s, which we all know it's a mirror. It is possible. But I'm now curious, how is I know like Emir and Lenny or Jeremy are in a voice call right now discussing strategies. But I want to know, is Jeremy going to be the team player here? Because they both are on the front row. Is it going to be decided on who gets who at turn one, or is it already decided by who takes pole?
I think that they'd be reasonable about it. They'll probably be talking throughout the race, and not allowing some collusion, but Amir might be saying, can you hold these guys up? I'm going to box
Yeah,
next lap.
yeah, but the thing is, I don't think it's collusion when it's with your own teammate, is it? I think
Yeah.
it's only collusion, especially in the under the rules, if you communicate with another driver and try and ask them to hold someone else back from another team. So if it's your own teammate, that's basically the strategy talks.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those. I just think, Amir's at a point where I mean, I haven't looked at the championship, unfortunately, so I don't know for certain. But Amir's probably in a point where he's quite far ahead of the championship. He can afford to a couple of P2s. He may not want them, but he can afford them. So, Lenny might just ask for this one because it's special to win around Monza. Everyone knows it. So he might ask for a Monza win this season just to check something off his checklist. But
Yeah.
it just was just one of those. You can't assume what either or are thinking. They might just be saying, "Let's fight for it. Let's create a battle. Let's do something interesting, so it gives us something interesting to watch and commentate on."
Absolutely. I think this formation lap, I'm not sure. I think, is it the normal formation lap? I think it is.
Um,
No,
yeah.
it's the broadcast formation lap. Okay. So we're not sure about the tire warm-ups, because I think the normal formation lap has an issue with the cold tires, but apparently someone told me it was fixed, but I don't think it was. So the
I think
drivers
it's
will now have.
fixed for some people. I think it was fixed on Steam, but it wasn't fixed properly on Origin. So if you've got a crossplay session like we will do here, everyone on Steam will have really bad tire temperatures apart from the person on
They
Orange.
are
When
on the heart.
Yeah, I think
Well,
they're
that
trying
makes
to extend
sense.
their stints because they're starting at the back. But yeah, so as we start, it's one light, two light. I can't even see the lights. Three lights, four lights, and five lights, and we're go go go. It's a jump start by Thomas Hardwick already. And away we go for the Italian Grand Prix. Emir has got an amazing start. He's already left his teammate in the dust, but his teammate is looking down the inside. It's there's the collision. Oh no! Martin misses
Oh,
his braking point and he hits Emir. I think that was Lenny, but no, sorry, that's Ahmed. My apologies. That was Ahmed. Martin's Luba is at the back. Thomas Hardwick has retired from the session. I have no idea what's happened to him, but Martin's Luba has dropped down to
There is
P14,
safety car.
and there's already a safety car at lap one. I'm not gonna lie. I half expected it, considering it's Monza and everyone at turn one just somehow forgets how to brake. Even if you're in tier two or tier one, people just forget they have brakes and they just start colliding. But there was a severe collision between our mate and, or was it Martin's Luo, a McLaren with the Mercedes. So it's not ideal.
I think it was Lenny and our mate.
Yeah.
So
So, if you have a look at everyone, the extent of anyone's damage, does anyone have front wing damage? Because I did see.
I'm sure Armate has
Oh,
front wing damage.
I think I just noticed. Was it AJ Jackson? Was it AJ Jackson or Maximilian Kloss? Can I see his front wing? No, his front wing is intact. Maximilian Klaus' front wing is intact. Everyone's front wing is intact for now. Okay, so
Rocky has no end plate.
And
okay.
Edu's into the pits. So is
Oh, the
Nua,
4 drivers
and
in.
so is AJ. So unfortunately, they have missed out. So we've got some big winners and losers on lap 1. Max is up 5, Ryan's up 8, Cameron's up 6, Bjorn's up 7, and
Yeah,
Bakshi's up 3. Some big losers though. AJ down 7, Flocky down 6, and Martin Sluber down 5 positions. That is
yeah.
unfortunate for them.
I think
And
Monza turn 1 and turn 2 is all about avoiding the chaos. And as if you can stay out of it as much as you can, it's the best thing you can do. It's always proven in league racing, in at least like this, not like at least in esports, but like in this normal league racing, we've always seen something going wrong at turn 1 because people just overcook, or at least just expect, like, okay, the car is going to brake like normal, but they forget the car has just the track hasn't rubbered in. They haven't got much grip yet, and they just brake normally like they do, and they just forget that there are like so many cars ahead of them, or there are so it's these drivers need to think they need to be smart about this. But as it's shown, as we have seen from time and time again, like they always mess up at turn 1. So, Emir in the lead. I don't think the safety cars are going to come in this lap. It'll probably wait one more lap. The pack has to catch up. It will be one more lap. Uh, we've got Emir. We've got Emir in P1, Jeremy Clarkson in P2. He did not have a good start, but his second phase was still better to keep him ahead of Armade and the rest of the pack. But Emir had a flyer from the get-go. That was amazing to see. We've got Armade in P3, Maximilian Klaus P4.
Noah's pitting again. So he's put on the soft tyres. I think he's going to put the hard tyres and try and get to the
He was on
end.
the mediums.
Yeah, so he started on the hards, has gone to the mediums, and I think he's going to go back to the hards now to try and see if he can make it to the end. And he's
Yeah,
doing a front wing change, so maybe that didn't
something's
allow him to
happened.
do a front wing. Maybe it didn't allow him to have a front wing change when he boxed at the end of lap 1, unfortunately. But that's life. That's what
That
all the
is
people
that is
say.
very odd. I got that reference. I love that song.
So there we go. So everyone's going to be potentially waiting a little bit longer just because there's a 11-second gap between Plocky and Martin, but then a 3-second gap between Martin and Nua. So I imagine if they can get their foot down, potentially not use too much of their energy, they can get round and
I feel like they will by the time, because I think the safety car will be in this lap. They're very close compared to the last time. So just 12 seconds, they can make it up by the end of, like, right before Parabolica, when the pack starts to close up way more. Is the safety car in this lap? We get to know after sector 2.
I believe it will be in this lap.
Yeah, I've seen Noah and Martin's Lou are pushing. It's surprisingly, I don't think it is. Yeah, we haven't got the message. They're in
it
a
might be a
car.
little bit later. It might be a little bit later. So just hold on a second.
Yeah, let me.
Don't quote it. No,
Nope.
it's definitely
No, no,
not
no.
in.
It's definitely not. Okay. So we have one more lap on the safety car. That might be pretty good for the other drivers, as their tires don't go up in flames very quickly compared to. Oh, it actually is in this lap. What the hell happened there?
That's late. That is
That is
super late.
super late. Oh my god. But Emir, he's going to be judging how the other cars will go. He is heating up his tires, and I believe he is
He's gonna wait.
waiting. He's
He's gonna
waiting,
wait.
and
And
he's
gone.
gone. He's pushed. He's gone. I don't. That wasn't a really good restart. His teammate is catching up. He's got the slipstream.
Oh, and we got Riot with 3 wide. Oh, into the back. 3 wide. We got a lock up from our mate. And it looks like Max and Ryan. I mean, Ryan, the big loser in qualifying, is the big winner in the race so far.
There's
Wow.
contact. There's contact between Bashi and Armade. Oh my god. Oh, Armade tags Bashi's rear right, and he's taken him out. Oh, Joshua Bashford is gonna be really angry right now. So Ryan, the biggest winner right now, is up in P3, and he is chasing down the Mercedes of Jeremy Clarkson, Maximilian Klaus in P4, and Cameron Searle in P5.
And
Bjorn de Boer has seen.
Eda's just made a move on a Martin into Lesmo 1, so that's put him up a little bit longer.
We have Bjorn, who's dropped back again. He's in P11. He was up in P6, 7. Peter Lockie overtakes Noah Yulakopi before Ascari as they head into Ascari, and now he is on the tail of Martin Sluwer, and I think he will get him with ease. I believe Peter Lockie is
it'll be down the start finish straight if you can get a good exit.
Yeah, it's not a smart decision to send your car into Parabolica.
Ooh, he's had a big moment.
What a save!
Oh!
What a save! That is the worst place to lose your car. It's very, very close. That was very hard to keep. Oh, but he's defending from his teammate now. No, he's attacking Noah Yelikopi. AJ is sitting behind his teammate. Is he going to send one down the inside of his teammate? No.
And that is a big accident. Wow.
What happened there?
AJ's, I think AJ's had a massive lockup potentially.
No, I don't think AJ did anything there. But AJ's going side by side.
I think Noah hit Martin.
Yeah, it was Noah, sorry. Noah had a big lockup and hit Martin, which is sent him sideways. Managed to keep himself in a relatively on track and not have too much damage, right?
But both the McLarens were around.
Yeah, at one point in the last lap, they have both been around.
No. I mean, literally at turn 1, both of them were around. Oh! Hey, Bjorn! Bjorn lost it out of Lesmo too, but he didn't go right. He went left.
Is he beached? Is he beached?
I think he might be beached. No. He's waiting for the other cars. No. It's a smart decision, but he's gonna have to pit now.
He has a damage.
Oh, that car is sliding. Yeah, those tires are red hot right now. He needs to cool them down. That is, I'll be surprised if Bjorn can even come back from this. Bjorn and Joshua have suffered the worst. Emir is still leading comfortably. Just the fastest lap, but is immediately beaten by Eetu Lapalainen. AJ Jackson, DRS has finally been enabled. Ryan is on the back of Jeremy Clarkson, and he is waiting for that DRS. He wants to sail past Lenny, but Lenny doesn't seem to be having the greatest of races at the moment. He is staying within 1 second, so he can form a train with Emir. But I'm not sure. He's starting to lose a lot of ground. He's out of the 1 second.
If I was Lenny there, I'd be screaming in the voice chat. Emir, just back off the pace a little bit. You need to keep me.
Lenny has backed off. Yeah, sorry, not Lenny. Emir lifted. Oh wait, no, it's still. Has he got DRS now? He has. Lenny has got DRS. He lifted out of Lesmo 1 to bring down that gap. The places still stand. Edu still in P4. Maximilian Klaus P5. Cameron Searle P6. He is still biding his time. Cameron, the more smarter driver, but hasn't seen that intelligence in wheel-to-wheel racing or in racing in general come to fruition this season with any sort of significant points or even a podium or a win.
And here we go, Oh, he's turned his DRS on late. I thought he was out of it. He's managed to stay in.
Ryan's got a good run. But no, he will stay back.
Ryan's sensible there. You've got to be a little bit closer than that to try and make a move down into turn 1. So unfortunately, he's just going to have to wait, hoping that AJ is using a lot of his ERS, which it looks like he could be using, but they're just trying to stay close to one another, stay in their mirrors, make yourselves like a big presence at the back there, and hopefully you can make a move in a minute.
I've just realized Noah Ilikopi has fallen back. Joshua Bashford and Bjorn have fallen. Joshua Bashford has gone ahead, but Bjorn and Noah have fallen behind way more. I think Bjorn must have pitted, but what happened to Noah?
That would be from the lockup. He probably had to pit again, which he has done because he's on the medium tires. The lockup caused some wing damage, and he's had to pit and sort that out. So that's going to be unfortunate for him. But here we go. What's going on here? So the biggest gap in the top sort of 10 at the moment that's of note is Max to Edu. Max just doesn't seem to have the pace that E2 has. So Cameron is on his tail.
Edu goes into the back of Ryan. Edu goes into the back of Ryan at the entry of Parabolica. Does he have wing damage? Doesn't seem like it, but maybe the game. But he's got Ryan out of Parabolica. Oh my God, what happened there? And he's got DRS as well as Ryan. Eetu Lapalainen is up into P3. That is the weirdest move I've ever seen. He went into the back of Ryan, and then he got the inside line out of Parabolica.
He made contact in turn 1 as well. So there we go. Flocky's made a move on Max, and Max is half spun in there. so he's not going to be enjoying them tyres much longer. Wow.
Cameron's up in P5. I think Max has had a terrible time. He's fallen back. He's still falling back. Wasn't
Yeah,
he up in P5? Yeah.
yeah, he's had a half spin in turn 1. I don't know if that was contact. I turned it on just a little bit too late, unfortunately, so you can't quite see it at times. But Cameron's now going to be hoping that he can try and push a little bit more,
Cameron
take a
needs to
little bit
push.
more life out of this tyre, just so we can get closer to Ryan and Edu and hope that they're battling it more. But out front, Amir is
Cameron
stretching.
is gonna have to defend. He's got AJ with DRS, and he's gone defensive and into Ascari. He still maintains his position. Amir has extended his lead to 1.8 seconds. E2 Lapalainen is in Jeremy's slipstream. If you look at that, he's less than a tenth behind them. There's a fight for P2 going on between Jeremy Clarkson, E2 Lapalainen, and Ryan.
It's right there to Ryan's gonna be right there to sniff up any damages if anything happens. As I had a little bit of a glitch on screen there, so I didn't quite see what happened.
Yeah, I did too.
So there we go. Edu round the outside into turn 1. Is the Mercedes gonna squeeze him like Max did last year? No, there's a little bit of contact. Ryan managed to sneak through, and that puts Lenny down into P4, and that's gonna be really frustrating for him there. Wow. And there we go. AJ's got in front of Cameron in turn 1 as well, by the looks of things. Ooh, I think Edu's let Lenny by because of there was some contact between them in turn 1.
He pushed in by it, yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense. Smart racing from Edu there, avoiding a penalty. He's quite obviously let Ryan back in front of him. Not Ryan, sorry, Lenny back in front of him. But while this happens, Amir's just setting in that consistent lap time that he's known for and just slowly extending this advantage he's got.
He's pretty much gone.
But everyone seems to be, because of the fighting that's happened, everyone's back into DRS now. So it's going to be hard for the likes of Cameron to make moves on AJ and AJ to make moves up there. As Ryan spun in Parabolica, oh my god! There you go, that's going to upset his tyres and he's going to go straight into the pits. I think he might have some wing damage. And he's to add salt to the wounds, he's got a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane.
Why he retired?
Oh, he's retired. He must have spun or something. He's not enjoying them tyres, so there you go. By the looks of things, Bashi's going to be quite lucky in that Ryan's retirement's going to allow him into the points. McLaren seem to be working together trying to close a gap on Max. Blocky is trying to keep Max behind him because there's a big gap in front of Max there to Cameron, so there you go. Doesn't look as if there was any safety car from that, so the pack does not bunch up, and we got to keep an eye on the racing that's happening.
Yeah, Amir has extended 4.3 seconds. That is mental, I would say. I think it's just because of the squabbling between Lenny, Edu, and Ryan. But Ryan obviously out of the equation now, as both the Ferraris now retired out of from the session. Edu still just trying to get past Lenny as soon as he can, because now we've got AJ Jackson. It's starting to close up. He nearly went to the back of Lenny. Going into Parabolica, he will get DRS, and I think it should be an easy move, signed, sealed, and delivered. But Lenny, I believe, is using his ERS. But no, I don't think there is any fight going on there. Oh, he is.
Oh.
Lenny's gone deep into the corner. He's trying to switch. Edu trying to switch back. Nothing happening there.
Well, there you go. So he's going to try and get out of the way for his teammate. Max that's just behind him, and he does manage to keep them and not really disturb them too much. Oh wow, it's all happening today in Tier 1.
That's crazy. AJ looking into down the inside of Maximilian Kloss, doesn't just has a half look. Oh, there is a massive snap of oversteer for Peter Locke out of the second chicane, and it's now a three-way battle between Peter Locke, Maximilian Kloss, and AJ Jackson. Edu does not seem to have the outright straight line speed. Even with DRS, he's struggling.
He's fast in the wrong areas, Edu. You know, he's fast down into Parabolica and around the Curva Grande, but they're not really places that you can be making moves.
I believe
He
he needs to make the move into Parabolica. There's no other way otherwise. Because
yeah,
he
he's
needs
gonna
to.
have to use some ERS and just make the move around there because that seems to be where he's quicker than Lenny. Lenny seems to have the outright straight line speed.
But once again, this is I think the fourth or fifth time they're fighting again. He's got DRS. He's using ERS as well. He is gonna try and get past. Is he?
They're
Lenny emptied his
alongside.
ERS.
Oh,
He's gonna try to fight it. There is no contact. Edu goes deep, but he holds on to P2, and Lenny has to concede the place. Edu moves up. Edu moves up to P2, but this fight is not over. They are heading down to the Curva Grande. But they're going side by side. Is Lenny going to brave it around the outside? He is. What a move. But Edu is still side by side with him. Who's going to get the move? That's going to be crazy if you can brave it around the outside of Lesmo 1.
but what this
Oh,
what
he
this
has. What a move from Edu. What the hell? That is amazing.
but
What
it
a
might have
solid
ruined
move.
it might have ruined them both because they. Oh no! I thought one of them. I thought they as they went over detection they were alongside each other, so they wouldn't have got DRS. Luckily for Lenny, he did get it because it could have opened the door for Cameron to get them both.
Cameron, the ever so sneaky snake as he is, he just sneaks around. He just tries to steal races. I think at this, like he's known for that at this point. I mean, he used to win races before on outright pace, but now he just sneaks in, and when you least expect it, he's not biding his time. He's right behind Lenny, and he's just gonna try to like close the gap between him and Edu. This is a solid showing from Tier 1 so far. Cameron did not set a lap in qualifying, is now running in P4. Now there's a three-way fight for P2, and if you go back, AJ Jackson and Maximilian Kloss are also fighting for P6. Peter Locke is in a race of his own at the moment. He is 2.7 seconds off Cameron, and he is about 2 seconds off AJ Jackson. So that's nothing doing. The McLarens are, I have no idea what they're doing. They're still stuck there. And the bottom three, Joshua Bashwood, Noah Lelekopi, and Bjorn de Boer, cannot really do anything unless there is a safety car.
Yeah, I think a safety car's unlikely, and with them back three all being on the medium compounds, they still got to make another stop compared to the rest. If they didn't start on that tire, can make it to the end. If you've boxed on lap one onto the hard tire, you can make it to the end
Yeah,
as long as
that's
presentable.
AJ Jackson. He boxed the hard tire on lap 1.
Well, there you go. But he has spun, so he's got to be really careful on that tire, not to open it up and to prevent some graining and pushing the car and the tire beyond its limits.
Yeah, until he spun, I thought he had a chance for a win.
So as we look at the biggest winners and losers, biggest winners are E2 and Cameron, both gaining 8 positions, and Armade, the biggest loser, along with Noe Lekopi, with 6 places lost from the start of the race. So far,
Cameron is
Lenny's
in the
lost
front.
into turn 1.
No,
Cameron
Lenny.
goes fast.
Cameron's hit Lenny. That's what's happened there. Cameron had a
Oh.
big lockup. He's hit Lenny, which has kind of left Edu to manage to pull away from them for quite a
Lenny is
margin.
absolutely going to be angry. Lenny is going to be fuming. But there is, Peter Lockie having a half look into turn 4. Nothing doing at the moment. He is still biding his time. He needs to be smarter here. As I was just going to say, I was going to talk about the tires. Right now, Armade has gone into the pits, has pitted for, I think, his last time. He's on a fresh set of mediums. Peter will get DRS as they head down towards Ascari, towards the famous Ascari chicane. But he goes defensive. Oh no, he's going to attack Lenny. Is he? Oh, he is. He is. That is a bit too aggressive. Lenny. Oh, Lenny pushes him off the track. Lenny himself goes off the track, and he has ceded the position. I think Peter's going to have to give the place back. Cameron has the biggest opportunist here.
And we're almost 4 wide into Parabol.
4 wide. Oh, big
there's
contact.
a
Big
collision.
contact.
Oh,
Oh.
nice. People trying to make moves and get into positions they shouldn't be, and that's ruined races. And Blocky's really struggling to get it back on the track because the tires are going to be absolutely melting themselves. That is such a disappointment.
I think that was just frustration kicking in for Lenny Cook. He got pushed by Peter Locke. Peter Locke has gone into the pits and retired, I assume.
Yes.
Lenny Cook has got pushed by Peter Locke going into Ascari. Then he pushes Peter Locke, and then Peter Locke again pushes him off at the exit of Ascari. And then Cameron, the biggest benefactor, takes both of them, and I believe that's AJ Jackson uh, who goes down the inside going into Parabolica, and Lenny Cook just turns in. It's very
It was almost four wide because Cameron wasn't that far in front of the rest of them, so it was
yeah, it was four wide. I think
one of
somewhere
those.
down.
I don't want to put my opinion across too much, but if you're AJ, you just gotta wait for that to happen. It's three wide into that corner anyway. Don't go and make it four.
But I think it was I think technically he made it three wide. He was on the inside, so technically Plocky and Lenny should have thought better because he was already on the inside. It's not like he sent it down. So I think the driver's on the outside, and Cameron Solo's gone wide out of Parabolica, and he has got a 3 second time penalty. The first actual track limits penalty in this race, and we are on lap 16 of 27. That is the difference between tier 2 and tier 1. We have three drivers who are out of the race: Tom Hardwick, Ryan, and Peter Locke. Jeremy Clarkson, Lenny Cook has got another penalty. Something has happened.
Of the drivers that finished tier 2,
And
only one
he
of
spun
them
it
got
around.
penalties.
Bashi has spun out of Parabolica. He is. I'm not. I'm
No,
surprised he hasn't retired yet.
Out of Ascari, he
What did I
spun.
say? Parabolica again?
Yeah.
Sorry, out of Ascari. My apologies. Noah Copy says the fastest lap on the of the race. He surprisingly on 11 lap old mediums. Okay. Was he just like sitting behind? I don't know what was going on with Noah, but so far only Emir, Cameron, and Maximilian Kloss have to make a pit stop. Rest of the grid has done a single stop. Noah Ilikopi so far has done 3 pit stops, and Eetu Lapalainen has done 2. Cameron Searle, right now, the biggest benefactor, 10 places gained, but I think it will start dropping because once he pits, which will drop him back
Amir's pitted.
probably.
Amir is into the pit, so he's going to do 10 laps on a set of medium tyres. Really push these as much as he can do. He's probably going to come out just behind Max. Probably actually just behind Martin.
And Cameron pitted.
Cameron has also pitted as well.
There you
Uh,
go.
Yeah, so AJ Jackson now leads the Italian Grand Prix, and Maximilian Kloss looks behind him, tries to see if there is a move to be done, but there isn't. He will bide his time.
AJ doesn't need to pit by the rules, but his tires will be dead.
AJ, yeah, this is absolutely correct. Voinder knows better considering he literally finished. He did a hot stint of about 20 laps, and those tires do not feel great. And currently AJ Jackson on 15 lap old hards. He will have to pit. I think the top 3 will have to pit sooner than later.
I don't think so necessarily. They could just take them tyres to the end. It's just whether they're going to try and battle Amir or not, realistically.
Yeah, but the thing is that pace deficit, that pace gap, currently Emir on fresh mediums versus their basically short hards. I think they could make a call and say, okay, we could pit, but again it will drop them back very like pretty significantly behind the pack.
Oh, there we go. Let's have a look, see what AJ does. AJ does decide to pit.
AJ
Max
and
joins
Max
in.
Click as well. Okay, both of the drivers, the Canadian and the Czech driver, for Williams and for Alpine have paired. Martins Luwa takes the lead of the Italian Grand Prix. Emir goes past both the drivers in the pits and now is up into P2 with a gap of only 2.9 seconds and
AJ's
it's
gone to
coming
the
down.
softs.
Is this too early for the softs? I don't think so. 9 laps on the softs, it is possible.
And he's
But
managed to stay ahead of Max in the pits as well. So there we go. Cameron down into turn 1. We could have a Max Verstappen Hamilton moment here as they exit the pits. There's a little bit of a squeeze there.
He goes a bit wide. He goes a bit wide into turn 1.
I think
Ooh.
Cameron decided to pull out of that one. It wasn't worth it. So there we go. AJ 6 seconds ahead of him is Edu on hards. 4 lap old hards. And there's a big gap from Edu down to Amir. So AJ's got to try and almost get a second a lap to get in front of Edu now. Because that's not... I mean, it's realistic. He can do it. But it's how long can he do it for? A second a lap is a big margin to manage to try and get.
And by the way, Martin Zluva doesn't have to pit.
Oh, there you go.
But he
Pitting early.
He's 16 lap old hearts.
Yeah.
Same
Well,
strategy. Yeah.
I think it's one of those. I think AJ's taken a risk, and it might not have been a risk that can get him up the order as Martin. If he's realistic, he's not going to battle Amir,
Yeah.
and just let him buy in an area where he can then try and maintain DRS for, even if it's just for half a lap.
But
It will help him out.
P2 is puttable for him, I think.
Yeah, P2 was on the cards for Martin there.
But again, we need to see. But it needs to be seen how much has he been pushing those tires, because they're 17 lap old tires. So he's put them on lap two. So basically, he pitted, I believe, under the safety car. And how much has he used out of those tires? Because even though he can finish in P2, it depends on how much has he saved under that safety car. And if he's under puncture territory, he will have to slow down considerably. AJ Jackson has left the session, seemingly
These
some uh
disconnection
yeah,
issues there,
his
that's going to
Canadian
really
Wi-Fi not
hinder his
working.
race.
His Canadian Wi-Fi not working, and I believe Cameron Searle should get past him quite easily now with DRS, because AJ Jackson will be in AI, and the AI level isn't too high right now. So will he get past him in a Scary? I believe so. AJ Jackson's AI tried to go defensive, but no, Cameron has taken the place from him, and he is up into P4
And a
now.
move to P1, Amir, Martin being sensible, not trying to defend it at all, lets him go.
No point in
Yeah.
defending at all. He will lose out to E2 if he does. And I think his main race is with E2 at this point. Gap between him and E2 is 11.8 seconds. 7 laps to go. E2 needs he needs to be much faster, but it doesn't seem like it's gonna be happening.
It
AJ
doesn't.
Jackson
I just,
has rejoined.
well, there you go. He's probably done it just in time. Managed to get his car. Now we've taken control of his car in the next couple of seconds now. Looking at it, going, "Oh, Cameron's got past me," but you just got to hope that Cameron's got the pace on Edu with the tyre advantage that he has to pull out a lead of some kind.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
that's the other race which is going on. Cameron can try and catch up to Edu, but the thing is they're on very similar tires. He's on 3 lap old mediums and 6 lap
And
old
he has
hards. It's very
a
similar.
3-second penalty.
he
Yeah,
does as well. There you go.
that as well. Yeah, but no, but I mean like P3. So if AJ can keep up with him, or if currently he's just a second off him, off Cameron Searle, if he can keep up, and if they both can catch Etu Lapalainen, then there we can see a battle for P3 at at the closing stages. And Emir sets the fastest lap of the race, a 120.8.
And
That is
Martin's pitted. Martin is pit into the pits. He is gone
that is
onto the soft tires.
why
That is
he might have had a puncture, because I don't think that would have been. I don't think that was the smartest decision he should have made. He
no.
has
That's
he's in P3, but he is a while back now. He is in P6. This is not the best call, I think, the
As
mechanics on the
Cameron and
race.
AJ are fighting, there's a little bit of a bang wheel there, and
Now the
Cameron loses
yeah,
the car a little bit.
now the podium is up for grabs. Now it's the gap between AJ and the gap between AJ and E2 has increased from 5.8 to 6.2. But can he make it? Can he get E2 on the by the last lap? I don't think so. He isn't
No.
closing at a rate like he should be. He needs to get about a second per lap, which he technically isn't really doing. Now there's a three-way battle for P3, and realistically, there's only AJ and Maximilian Kloss who can get that last place, the third place, because Cameron Searle has a 3-second time penalty for the track limit violation. Um, Emir is comfortably leading, and he's extending that gap. He's becoming 14 seconds.
Yep.
Joshua
Wow.
Bashford, the race for Joshua Bashford and Bjorn de Boer and Noah Ilakopi it's a race to forget.
It is a race to forget, but you say that Noah and Bjorn will still pick up points from this race weekend.
Yeah, but I think they were expecting more, considering they did have some pace, but there were mistakes made. Uh, Cameron deciding to hold back, just stay behind, just,
I
as
think that
well as
makes
Max.
sense. If he's sensible, just saves the ERS, waits until lap 24-ish.
Yeah,
And
I
just
mean,
tries to pull away, because as soon as you get out of DRS, you can kind of pull away a little bit more there, because they're
yeah,
not
but
getting
the
the
thing is,
slipstream.
they're on very equal tires. So pulling out of the DRS is the big question. So I don't think that the podium is on the cards for Cameron, but I think a top five finish. I believe, yeah, the top five is on the cards because Martin Zuluaga is 4.2 seconds off Maximilian Kloss, but he is catching a few tenths.
Yeah, it's not a major amount, but it's an amount that could be substantial at the end of the race.
If he can get within the 3 seconds of Cameron, he will be in the top five, and he will push Cameron down to P6. Lenny is technically out. He's going to probably stay seventh unless our mate can get him. Um,
Lenny's got a time penalty,
oh, he does. Right. So Lenny
so he needs to
actually
try and
will
pull
finish
away
P8.
from. Yeah, he's got to try and pull away, but that's not going to happen. They've got similar tyre life left, so that's not going to be ideal for the pair of them. Martin Sluver sets the fastest lap of the race. He's managed to gain about 8 tenths in that lap by the looks of things. So he's absolutely going hammer and tong here to try and get up the positions as much as he can do. Because if he can gain up to max in the next lap or two, which is realistic by the looks of that time dropping, it could mean that he could be on a fight for P3 still.
Yeah, I just realized gap between AJ and E2 has dropped a bit from the 6.2 to a 4.6 at the moment. I'm not sure if, but I think the soft tires will start to go off in a
He's
few
pulled away
laps.
from Cameron as well. Cameron doesn't
Oh,
have DRS.
Cameron does not have the pace as well. Doesn't seem like. I think the tire difference is maybe. I don't know. I don't think so. The tire difference is huge at this point.
And I remember that soft tire only for 6 laps.
Uh huh.
So
So
AJ's really on that cusp of what that tyre will manage him, realistically. He's got 3 laps to go, a gap of around 4 seconds. Martin's gap stayed the same this lap, so he hasn't really managed to find time, which is going to be infuriating for him as he looks around that timing chart every other corner and finds that he's not gaining as much as he probably would have wanted to. But looks like Max is not going to make a move down into turn one. It's kind of a situation like Pierre Gasly had recently against Daniel Ricciardo, where his car just doesn't have the straight line speed that he needs to be able to get past.
I feel like that was like Alex Albon kind of thing, like him holding up everyone in Belgium because of the straight line speed,
Yeah,
because of the straight line speed.
or even Nick De Vries, you could argue at Monza as well.
Yeah, he was holding Joe Guan Yu for
Yeah,
a long time, and that was an astounding thing. That was an amazing thing he did. Gap between Amir and E2 just increases every lap. Actually, no, it's just I think it's stagnated now. It's about
yeah,
14.9 to 15 seconds now.
I think Amir's just at the point where it doesn't really matter if he's pushing too much or not. The race wing's in the bag. Just bring it home. He is catching up to Bashi though, and will get DRS on this lap by the looks of things.
AJ is catching E2.
There you go.
It's a 3.3 second gap now. He was behind a back marker I just saw. Yeah, it is an Alfa Romeo. Oh, he's gone a bit wide, but it's still within track limits. I thought he would get DRS, but he isn't. AJ is blinking. He has used, I believe, all of his ERS. Yes, he has. Um, I doubt he's going to be able to do anything now. And yes, the soft tires will start to drop by this stage of the race. The 7 lap old softs. I don't think the softs stick too much on this track. Um, Deg isn't really high, but it is. I mean, considering when Edu's on 11 lap old hards versus Age on 7 lap old softs, I think the hard tires are still much better at this stage. Maximilian Kloss is still sticking behind Cameron. I feel like he knows he's got P4, but
Might risk it
he,
then, yeah.
yeah, he might do it on the final lap. I think the racer in him will want to get that position on the track.
But if he doesn't do it, it's not
Oh
the end of
wait,
the world.
Cameron had I believe Cameron had a moment. Oh my god, was that him just lagging or rubber banding or was it just?
I think it was a lag. I think it
Oh,
was lag. The gap stayed the same pretty much, and Max doesn't seem as if he's that much closer. He's a little bit. He's managing to sneak up here and there. The timings between AJ and E2 has stagnated, so that's staying the same now. 3 seconds is the gap, and 3 seconds will be the gap. So what AJ needs to sit here and pray for to the sim racing gods is that Edu takes a couple of corners and goes a little bit wide out of Ascari, takes a time penalty, and he can sneak himself back into 3 seconds and get a P2. There we go.
Max is still sticking behind. I'm not sure if Max, if does Max not have enough of a straight line speed? That's what I'm trying to now. I'm trying to think
As
because
our mate's making a move on Lenny. Lenny's race goes from bad to worse to even worse, and he's not going to be enjoying this one. Starting on the front row of the grid, down into P8. As soon as he got caught in a little bit of traffic, as you could say, because the cars around him weren't significantly quicker, it just kind of fell away from him, and unfortunately, it's put him in a very, very big disadvantage and put him very far down the grid.
I can already see what is happening, what is going to happen in the stewards meeting tomorrow. But I think we have lap 26, 27. AJ Jackson is 2.8
The only
seconds
race
off.
happening right now is between Cameron and Martin.
Cameron, no, you mean Cameron and
No, Cameron and Martin with the 3 seconds.
oh, right. Oh yeah, right. Huh. Oh, right. Oh, wow. The helicopter cam. I finally got it. Let's go. Yeah. So Cameron is just there. 2.9. Oh God. He needs Martin's tires to die now. Is like 6 laps on the softs versus him on the 10
Max
laps
is
on
going
medium.
for a move.
Oh, he's
There you go.
going.
That Max
He's
has
going.
done it.
He's done it. The racer in him has done it. Surprising. Max has. We've seen Max not go for moves. He's generally let people breeze past them, but no, he has found his footing in this game and he's feeling more confident. Now Cameron needs to use Max to get past, to build that gap to
Oh,
Martin, Lenny,
Armate
and
and
Armate.
Lenny. Oh,
Nothing doing that. I think that something's happened with Lenny. Yeah, he's lost a lot of time there. Um and as we
he's got
see,
to find 4 tenths here, Cameron. Otherwise, he's going to lose a position down into P6. The gap is
yeah,
2.6 seconds.
but
He needs it to be over 3.
I think if we turn our attention now to our leader, our race leader, our championship leader, he rounds the final corner, Parabolica onto the straight. He he is zigzagging. He crosses the line, takes the checkered flag, and wins the Italian Grand Prix in dominant fashion as always.
And Bashi finishes second.
There you
Sorry,
go.
Bashi finishes P11 because he's been lapped. E to Lapalainen after a horrible start to a race, to the race, comes home in P2. Very well done by the Finnish driver with his fish helmet. AJ Jackson in P3, Maximilian Klaus P4, Cameron Searle P5. No, Martin Luvo takes P5. Cameron Searle P6 by just 2 tenths, nearly 3 tenths.
Yeah, he almost managed to. Armate then crosses the line to be 7th. Lenny 8th. Newer's coming down into Parabolica now, and so is Bjorn. There's a 5-second gap between them, so we can follow on board as they do it. Newer's. Oh, he's lost it! Newer! Oh,
No,
Bjorn's going to take an
no,
extra point.
Bjorn, go, 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 yeah! Bjorn's gotten P9! So,
Newer just pushing that
apologies.
tyre a little bit too much.
Apologies. Before the race, Bjorn was like, "Can you support me on commentary?" I was like, "Oh, sure," but they was doing nothing. He got at least got P9. Woo! Let's go, Bjorn. So, but like we say, Emir Durakovic is once again a winner in Swift Racing League. What do you guys think of that race?
Max Verstappen.
I mean, he started first, to be fair. So I mean, it's not really a Max Verstappen. It's not like he's gone from like 10th or 14th to first and then with a massive gap.
You mean Sebastian Vettel from 2013?
I think it's just Sebastian Vettel from any era because Sebastian Vettel hasn't won a race below the top 3. So
There you go. That is your race today.
it is.
Amir picking up his trophy, a very nice trophy, not the one that they do get in real life. That one is very, very different.
They always keep changing it every year.
Yeah, but there you go. That is him, your race winner, championship leader, I do believe as well.
I would be shocked if he wasn't. So we've got AJ Jackson as well on the podium after a not so great qualifying, and he's returned to put it on the podium. The fastest controller driver on in Swift Racing League, and everyone knows that. There's your race winner, guys, Emir Durakovic. the winner of the Italian Grand Prix. E2 Lapalainen should be happy with the P2. Doesn't have the outright pace at the moment on this game, and Emir has
He
always
did
been a class
start.
of the
He
field.
did start on P10 as well, so he's made a
Yeah,
big,
from
big
10th to
jump.
2nd, that is an insane start. 10th to 2nd, that's probably my driver of the day in my opinion. And his best lap isn't even that amazing. It's the slowest actually, in the top 10.
Yeah, but if he's setting a 22.3 almost every lap
It's
compared
still
to
still
AJ.
faster than my fastest lap on the softs at the last lap.
Actually, it is. Oh my god, it is. Oh,
Well, there
uh,
you go. It just goes to show consistency is key. If he's lapping close to that 22.3 every single lap, and AJ's one lap in the 21s, one lap in the 24s, it's not going to matter at the end of the race, is it? And it didn't today, as you can see. A mere winning from Edu.
so
There you go.
I think s- we are gonna do interviews now. So I'm gonna ask our race winner to come in.
And
I
he's in
can
the
drag him,
cooldown room.
and he's here. Emir,
Durakovic.
another race, another win.
I
I
did
mean,
win last time.
I mean, not last time, but like we still won like majority of the races this season. Talk us through your race of the talk us through this entire session. Qualifying completely on pace. You probably could even set a faster lap than what you said. Uh, start start of the race, you had a flyer. You left everyone on the grid, even your teammate in dust, and then you just didn't seem like they didn't you didn't make even a single mistake. So talk us through that.
Well, yes, lap one I got a good start. Unfortunately, my teammate Lenny got damaged because of a flying McLaren or something, and his race was ruined. So I was just trying to keep him in DRS, try to make like have him as high a position as possible to get as much points as possible. But it just didn't work out because of his damage. He got far way back, and he got some other damage, other incidents, and it was just a shit show. Sorry for my cursing. Um, but for me, everything was a smooth sailing. Nothing happened to me. I was driving on my own. I started pushing when Edo came close to Lenny, so I wouldn't get caught on by Edo on his mediums. So I just started pushing, and that was it.
I think even if he didn't have to push, I don't think he. We were just saying his lap was a second slower than most other people's on the grid, so I don't think he had the outright pace to catch you anyway. He may have been able to lap a little bit more consistency with a bit more consistency, sorry, but yeah, I don't think he would have been there or thereabouts at the end of the race. I think you just had that outright pace over everyone.
Yeah, yeah, I think so as well. I think I put a lot of work in for today, especially because I didn't have the pace and Imola to win at all. So I really wanted the championship lead back, and now I've gotten it. So I feel a lot more safe now and ready for next round as well.
Yeah. Well, we'll leave you to it, and well done today. Realistically, you it's a grand slam, as some people would say. Apart from that,
Almost.
almost no, you didn't get the fastest lap, did you? Forgot about
Nope.
that one. That was nicked at the end by Martin Sluver. So
Yeah.
there you go. Well, enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll see you next week at Swift.
Thank you, and you too.
What's up?
Hey, so Itulapalainen
What's up?
P2
What's up? Yeah.
P2. How was that? How was that? That was a race. So I mean, the starting few laps there was chaos. I believe you pitted, and
Yeah.
yeah, talk us through your drive because that was outstanding.
Uh, so in the turn one, you probably saw that block. I don't know who he killed, AJ and someone else, and then I I followed block's braking. Yeah, of course. When I follow his braking, I go wide as well. So I hit. No, thankfully he didn't hit anyone else. But then I got damaged. I had to pit um, for mediums. Then I don't know, remember what happened in the restart, but yeah,
Well, you
You
I
were
don't
sorted
remember.
yourself
overtaking
out.
people left and right on the mediums.
Yeah, yeah, I know. I was surprised that I was that quick on the mediums.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, even like even though you finished P2, your fastest lap of the
Yeah, I
race
know. I know.
was miles behind everyone else. Like, but you still managed to finish P2, which is
Yeah, I
absolutely
know.
amazing.
I know that those halts weren't good. They weren't good at all.
They just didn't work with the setup, I assume,
Huh?
or they just didn't work with your setup, I assume, or it's just
No,
that
yeah, I had a TT setup. Of course, I
that
always use the
that
TT
makes sense.
setup.
That makes sense. Then the odds are they're terrible.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, solid podium. I mean, in my opinion, you're my driver of the day.
Yeah.
But Jordan and Marcel, anything you've got to ask?
No, I think you've covered it all. You know, you mentioned about his lap time not being there, but the consistency over the race, you know, you managed to keep yourself within that, you know, within a second of your laps quite consistently, and it just enabled you to get P2 in the end and keep yourself out of trouble. So well done today.
Yeah, thanks.
No worries, mate.
Congratulations.
Okay.
Okay. I need to see one more driver. I'm just gonna just
AJ?
give me a second. Yeah, I'm trying to search for AJ. I can't see the tier one VC.
Yeah, me too.
So I'm just gonna ask Emir.
But anyway, you know, a good race.
We've got someone, and that someone
That is
is
Amir.
Mr. Emir. Emir, have you got Mr. AJ Jackson for us for
Uh,
interview?
yes, hold on.
Yeah, I just want you to drag him. Can't even see the other VCs, so let's see.
Here we
AJ?
go. He's muted, so let's see if he
Yeah.
unmutes and is willing to have a chat with us.
He might have gone somewhere. AJ, you there? Oh, he's muted.
Woohoo!
Make some more
Uh,
blowouts.
and I think he must have gone to the washroom or something after like that long race.
Yeah,
Or he
Yeah.
must
I
have gone
would
to take a
do.
shower after he must have been sweating for so long. I'd probably wait for a minute, but
Well, Cameron finished P4 on track.
oh yeah, we can get Cameron. Wait, he finished P4 on actually.
No, P5. Yeah. And
You know what? Let's get Maximilian Clausen here.
yeah.
Uh, I'm just gonna try. I have asked for Max to come in if we can. Da-da-da-da-da.
I can't seem to get anyone. Don't
Yeah,
think it's going to be too much of a stress. It was
not
an
really.
interesting race.
I'm not. I don't think they're really stressed. They all are like just. He isn't here.
the tier 1
Cameron.
voice
Then
chat, and we
yeah,
can't
no.
see that.
Yeah, you can't see that. They're all in tier one voice chat. Apparently, Max isn't there. So, Cameron. Then I mean, Cameron should be there.
Yep.
Or Lenny. One of them. Just get one of them, and then we can end this.
Well, I presume Lenny is fighting with Blocky again.
I have no idea. He probably is. I think Lenny and Clocky's history goes way back, so I wouldn't be surprised. Can Emir, please. Okay, I have no idea what they're doing, but okay, I think we can just end the stream then because I'm not
Yeah,
getting
okay, yeah.
any responses.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you for watching and whatever.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
It was a
did,
good
did
one.
we do that advertisements?
I don't think so.
Oh yeah. Doesn't matter anyway.